Your brain is addicted to dopamine. Every like and getting followers on Instagram and TikTok releases a feel-good chemical, dopamine. It's like a little pat on the back saying, "Good job, buddy." But what happens when your brain doesn't get its treats? Therefore, it gets all moody and sad. Without dopamine, you might feel bored, unmotivated, or even a little bit anxious. All right, we know what dopamine is, and we also know our brain wants more of it, but how do we actually get it? Therefore, enter to smartphones, video games, social media, sugar, and watching those things. They promise to flood your brain with dopamine. Ever notice how you just can't stop scrolling through Instagram Reels or playing that game or watching that thing? That's because each time you get a like or win a level, even watching those things, your brain gets a teeny tiny dopamine treat. Yum! But there's a catch. The more your brain gets used to these quick dopamine hits, the less it enjoys them. And if no dopamine, your brain goes, "Nah, I'd rather scroll through memes." So what's the solution? How can we train our brains to enjoy the little dopamine hits without becoming addicted? Therefore, meet the concept of delayed gratification. That's just fancy talk for waiting for good things. It's like saving up your money to buy something awesome instead of spending it all on cheap stuff right away. Think about when you study for a test and ace it. That's a delayed dopamine hit. You worked hard and waited for the reward. This kind of dopamine hit is much more satisfying than a quick like on social media or keep watching that thing. But wait, there's more. Delayed gratification can make you happier in the long run. So how do we practice this in everyday life? Therefore, let's face it, our brains are wired for instant gratification. Waiting is hard, so how do we outsmart our brains and teach them to wait for those bigger, better rewards? Start small. Set tiny goals that require a bit of waiting. Like instead of seeing your post again and again, that's how much like it gets. Wait until the end of the week and have a nice response. Or instead of checking your phone every 5 minutes, wait an hour. Gradually, your brain will get used to waiting, and the dopamine hits will feel even better. Alright, now you know how to control dopamine. But if you are lazy and want to know the science behind being lazy, then click on this video.